Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I bought, or not today actually, it was day before yesterday, but today I wanted to show you a new toy that I bought the day before yesterday. That is the Widow. And I'm going to use this not for doing some Black Ops drops, I'm going to be using it for doing some L4 missions. It's because it's really the only activity I am able to really do with it. I don't know, run in a Black Ops fleet, and to be honest, it's not something I've been really looking into doing much, at least in the near future. But maybe in the distant future, I'll be looking into doing some Black Ops fleets. But the point is, I've trained into being able to fly this ship. It took forever to fly this ship. There's so many skill requirements for flying this ship. If you see here, like there's all these skills, and also lots of them at level 5 as well. And something else I wanted to just let you guys know is that I've got a 3D printer now, and it's actually 3D printing away. You maybe will hear some occasional beeps in the background. I could put the microphone close to it. My microphone is pretty good at negating noise. It's right now it's printing a Purifier. In fact, I think the Purifier looks like a really good ship, and it's also a pretty good ship to 3D print, just because it's a pretty like solid. It looks very solid in its appearance. Like it's not got a whole lot of small parts that can, break. So I'm making a Purifier right now, but I've already made 2 Purifiers, 2 small ones, but I'm making a little bit of a bigger one. But we'll see what kind of ships I'll make in the future. I've also bought some paints so that I could paint them give them some cool colors, because I noticed that often a lot of people who post pictures online of 3D printed EVE ships, they never paint them, or very rarely paint them. So I wanted to paint them because I wanted them to have a bit more life to them. I want them to be like replicas of ships from EVE Online. But the Widow or the Rattlesnake could definitely be a possibility, because it is also a pretty chunky ship, so it shouldn't have much issues with 3D printing it. I did try 3D printing a Retribution, but it didn't work out. It fell apart. It was too small. So that's why I'm trying to print frigates that are a little bit bigger. It's about 10 centimeters, this Purifier that's been printing right here. But back to the Widow. So this ship is not really meant to be a practical ship for doing L4 missions. I mean, it does some okay DPS with torpedoes, 1.3k DPS, but I mean, it's not so unexpected, because torpedoes, generally speaking, do a lot of damage. I just think this ship looks really cool. I think it looks really nice. Just the paint job on it, I think it looks amazing. The Capacitor skin, the black and red skin that exists on many Tech 2 ships, is basically almost my favorite Caldari ship skin. I guess the one that would rival it would be the hostile, or not the hostile, the etheric raider skin. For the Garista ships, because Garista ships are basically like Caldari ships. There's like this skin right here. I think this black and camo skin looks really good too. It's like rivals it. But I also really like the Capacitor skin. And another ship that has it that I've been using for PvE in high sec, but is not at all made for that, is the Onyx. I did exploration in this a while back, and also I could do some Abyss in it maybe sometime. This skin here is on these kind of ships that are often pretty advanced in what their like capabilities are, but it's often for PvP. Like this, this Black Ops drops. They're made to like go and teleport or cruise to places of behind enemy lines and like kill people. That's complete opposite what I'm doing right now. Just in high sec doing L4 missions. But there is one thing though that this ship is pretty good at when it comes to the L4 missions. So it's not because of its DPS, it's not because of its tank. It's because it gets a bonus to its cloaking devices bonuses. Let's just go here. So next, yeah, there we go. This ship gets a bonus to cloaking device speed. So if we go here, you see that it makes when you use a cloaking device usually, then your speed drops. But with this ship, when you use a cloaking device, it doesn't make it go as down as much as it usually would. And I've not even got max Black Ops skills. I could make it go a lot faster in cloaking than it is now. But you can already see here it's only minus 38% maximum velocity, so that's pretty good. And a good thing about being able to have a cloak on your ship is that if gankers were to pull up, because often what mission runners or people who kill mission runners will do is that they'll kill the... Well, let's see if we can even go here, maybe. They'll kill the people who are mission running, not in the actual mission site itself, because it's quite easy to avoid those people just because of the way that they are, like acceleration gates and that kind of stuff that decloaks you. But the thing that people often get killed by is on gates, actually. Gates, you know, between missions. So if I have a cloaking device, you can kind of cloak up and just, you know, go through the gate or just go move around or something like that. So you can avoid those encounters pretty easily with a cloaking device. So it'll be pretty nice to, you know, use that and avoid, be a bit more comfortable in using gank or avoiding ganks. I mean, obviously it will not completely remove the possibility of us getting ganked, but it'll make it a little bit, you know, more gank proof. Oh, I should have activated my shield modules. And something I was thinking about as well is using the jump portal generator. So you should be able to like use them, and then you can like jump portal like as if you're using a jump drive or Titan bridge, as far as I understand. And they seem pretty cool, because then if I had some friends in Jita, they want to like, you know, jump to me, they could maybe or jump to a different system or something like that. They can maybe go through a jump portal. So that would be pretty good, because I have got a few friends who run some L4 missions nearby. So that would maybe be a like pretty cool accessory feature. Like, it's not gonna obviously be the best L4 mission runner, but I like to have fun ships, not super meta, but fun fit is what I call it, or what many people call these fits that are not particularly efficient, but they're just fun to use, and it has a lot to do with appearances, I said before, but also just the little tweaks that the ship gets as well. Why is my range on my tractor beam only 24 kilometers? I can't pull in stuff. It's not like the gracious marauders that get these really good tractor beam bonuses that they just hit across the map. Oh, let's take out these destroyers. They'll go down really fast. And in fact, I could use drones. I should be using my drones. Have these drones go on this guy right here above target pit as well. Should make him die very quickly. And I very quickly got some spreading out all over the place, these weapons right here. I'm using Scourge Rage Torpedoes, but we could even get more range if we had gone with some Javelins. That would have been even better, the Javelins, to get some really nice range. And that's something with the... We do, it gets a bonus to ranges, so you can get some pretty decent ranges just without any... Well, I have got a module here that increases my range, but it actually has better range than a Golem without the Bastion module. With the Bastion module, I think the Golem has the same range, or maybe a tiny bit more. I can't remember now. Depends also which modules we've got, but I think it's got DPS or range or DPS projection very similar to like the Golem and other high tier like battleships that are supposed to be able to do range, or that usually excel at doing range at long range. And if I had gone with something like cruise missiles, I would obviously have a lot longer, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I think it's a bit unnecessary using the cruise missiles. I need that deeps. I need those deeps. Let's go in range of the transfer conduit to the next gate and go through there. Let's see what we got next. It was a long time since I did this massive attack mission. I can't remember the last time I did it because I can't really remember. I thought I was supposed to go through this gate. Oh, I may be mixing it up with something else. Some pirate invasion, maybe that mission. The missions are all melting together because I often take breaks in between my mission running. So you guys often see like multiple missions I sometimes run in one day, and then I'll take like a break. So sometimes the missions can just, you know, stop or get out of my head. Like they'll just all be all mixed together in one big jumble of missions, just being all there, all L4 missions, yeah, in that one location in my brain. But they won't be really particularly specific, each of them. Okay, let's go to the next room, see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got a bunch of these little stuff going on here. I wonder if I can take this gate. Let's see if I can take this gate. Something that I could do is alter the... Because I've got 4 ballistic control systems that are pretty expensive, and it is very unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary. So what I want to do is, I think I'll just remove this tractor beam because I'm anyway not using it. And then I'll just put something like a compact, I think, missile guidance computer. And then I'll be able to have more Tech 2 of these ballistic control systems, because it's very unnecessary to have so many ballistic control systems. Highly unnecessary. Especially since I got a hydraulic bay thruster thing going on right here as well. So it's just it's just adding extra cost to really hardly any benefit whatsoever. But the reason I've got these ballistic control systems that are blinged is not because of damage or DPS. It's because I've got CPU problems here. You see that? But if I'm not really using this thing anyway, so I mean, if I turn this off, I get 26 CPU, and I could put some compact things here and get some extra CPU, and then, you know, make some slight tweaks. So this is not like I'm saying this is the best fit ever. Just something I put together pretty quickly, just to be able to run some L4 missions in my newly bought Widow. It's a pretty expensive ship as well. It's like similar price to Marauders. Costs like $1 billion the hull, but it's a cool ship. It's a cool ship, so I wanted to buy it. Let's move these Vespas, because these Vespas there keep getting targeted. It seems like by the frigates. It seems. Let's go close to these guys over here, because there's a bunch of NPCs that are really far away. I need to close the distance, otherwise it's gonna take forever to get through these guys. In fact, I could probably go with some. Javelins, because they're just so far away. But these drones can take care of this frigate in the meantime, and I can take out these cruisers that are nearby. Come on, use target painter, please. There we go. And something also, I could use a GIST C-type multispectrum that is not particularly expensive, but uses less CPU. So there's also a way I could alter the CPU and reduce the cost. Because, I mean, multispectrum shield hardeners are usually known for being very expensive, but if I go with something that like a GIST C-type, it's not particularly expensive, and it'll definitely reduce the cost by removing the need for those ballistic control systems. Let's see, and then also this target painter as well is a bit expensive. Oh my god, this is so slow. Look at that, 700 meters a second with the MWD. Unbelievably slow this ship is. What is this? This is like slower than a Marauder, I think. Yeah, I think it's slower than a Marauder, because I'm not used to seeing this low of speed. 700 meters a second, that's like afterburner cruisers. That's really slow, really slow. That's one thing at least I noticed in general. These Tech 2 ships, battleships, they're pretty damn slow. Like the Golem, I'm pretty sure this also very slow as well. Let's see now, let's get a bit closer. Take out this guy. Let's do a quick D-scan. You know, you just want to have the D-scans when you see new people coming in here. I'm not particularly used to doing that. I should do it more often. But there could always be people planning a gank on you. But to be honest, I don't think a whole lot of people are gonna think that a Widow is out here ganking, doing missions. I mean, now that I'm posting this online, yeah, people will. But right now, I don't think people will. Let's do one volley here. Come on, one volley. Yes, there we go. Okay, now we'll just take out these guys, and then we'll make our way back towards the acceleration gate. The acceleration gate that will take us to the next room. I wonder how this compares to a Raven. Like a Raven, you know, the Tech 1 battleship. I wonder if a Raven actually is better than this, because I think that a Raven can get similar DPS to this, and is maybe a little bit more tanky. So maybe that would be even better than this, and it's so much cheaper. But it's all for the point of having a cool ship. That is what it is. Okay, take out this guy. Good. Now we go for the core flotilla admiral. Now he's just near our board of our range, so I don't want to keep going. Actually, I'll start going now, because if he's in 40, I've still got 15 kilometers to spare of free range that I can move, so that I'm not out of range. So we'll go and go to the next wave. And something I think I'll test after I finish this mission is just cloaking outside a gate. I just want to see how it would be using a cloaking device out if I like just come out to a gate, just to get a bit more used to it, like in the muscle memory. Like obviously it will not completely be there because I'm not getting ganked every day, but it'll be nice to at least be somewhat used to it. Maybe I could try that MWD cloak trick as well. That's a trick that where you activate the MWD and then shortly cloak, then you'll be going really fast, and it'll still let you do that one cycle that the MWD was doing while you were cloaked. So in essence, you are like going really fast for a short amount of time, even when you are cloaked. And usually when you're cloaked, you go really slow. But for that short amount of time, which could be useful if you want to get back to a gate where there's camped, a trick like that could be life-saving, especially in null-sec. In high-sec, it's not too bad because you're not really got so much stuff. Like, the most things that are ganking you are stuff that is like not like these interceptors that chase you and go all over the place. Well, I mean, I guess they could technically, I mean, they could have interceptors that go and try to decloak you, but it's usually just tornadoes and catalysts, I've noticed most of the time. But also they've not got bubbles, so it could be easier to get out on the other side of the gate as well. That's something that could make it a bit easier to avoid the ganks in high sec. But then again, on the other hand, they could have more, you know, flimsy ships in high sec because not a lot of people will attack them. You could have like battle cruisers, you know, the tornadoes. It'll be harder to have a bunch of tornadoes in low sec because if someone attacks you, then maybe I can imagine it'll be harder to retaliate. Just a few frigates with tornadoes because the tornadoes will miss. So some people could just gather a little gang of frigates and just take out tornadoes. But in high sec, that's not really going to happen. So you could just have tornadoes there and alpha people really fast, snipe people off the grid. Okay, we got this here. And I think we have to kill the group on the left. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we have to just kill the group on the left. So let's go here and take out these guys. Okay, let's go for Javelin. What? Have we got such a small range? Oh, we're being sensor damped, that's why. Who is sensor damping me? These little scrubs. I have to take out these sensor dampeners. Little scrubs, oh, you sensor dampening me? Oh, 100-kilometer torpedoes? That's really good. What is 100 kilometers? Wow. Almost two-shotting these guys as well. Look at that. Really good application we've got going on right here. Let's talk about that frigate as well. Ooh, this is some good application we've got going on right here. Yeah, the Javelin is just wrecking these guys. 700 DPS, not so much, but it is, you know, some good range, good application, some decently applied DPS. But I mean, we've got cruise level DPS now, so no matter how good it's applied, it's still not particularly good. Let's go and attack this guy. He's holding me down. Very annoying. So I've got this frigate over here. I go take this guy. 90-kilometer range. That's so tiny. The Marauder gets a like 100+ kilometer range. I think it has to do because these change to ranges that happened a long time ago. They only affected Tech 1 battleships. So I think it was a year ago, or not so. I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe like a year or so ago. What happened was that the ranges of Tech 1 battleships were increased. But they didn't do that on the Tech 2 ships, I think. I think it was just only Tech 1 battleships. And with the Marauder update, they did update the range of them, but they didn't update the Widows, or the Black Ops battleships. So I think that this is why we've got so tiny range, just 90-kilometer range. Otherwise, I definitely think we should be having some more range with this ship right here, especially since it's a Black Ops battleship. I would think like it would be, to me, the way I see it is that Black Ops battleships are very advanced battleships because they're like, you know, really advanced. They're made to get behind enemy lines. They're made to do all this jump pull stuff. So I think they would have some pretty advanced technology in them. So I think they should be able to, you know, have some decent sensors at least. It makes sense. I mean, it's Tech 2 battleship anyway. That's what Tech 2 ships always have. They have a, you know, a very good range, but it's not the case here. Not the case with the Widow. I wonder what all the other Black Ops battleships have. Let's see now. Redeemer, maybe. See, this guy, what range does he have? What? 65-kilometer range? That's like some frigates have more. My Purifier has more range than that. Look at this. Look at this Purifier right here. 75-kilometer range. Oh my god. So because I think the law is that Caldari ships are usually the most advanced in terms of their like technology. So I think that's why we've got the most, like 90 kilometers is still a lot compared to 65. So we've got some pretty good range going on compared to that Redeemer. I wonder how much the Sin has, the Galente one. Let's see now, how much does this guy have? 70 kilometers. What? What about the Panther, the other one? The Panther is the Minmatar one. I think they're supposed to have the least technological advancement. 60-kilometer range. Like, what is that? 60 kilometers. You've got to be kidding me. A 60 kilometer on a 1 billion-isk battleship? That is a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I think they should definitely update that. I mean, I don't do Black Ops dropping on people, but I can imagine you Black Ops pilots really would love to have an increased range on there. That would be... It must be really hard sometimes. I mean, what is this? Torpedoes really reach to the maximum range sometimes. Even with the Javelin, I can hit outside my range. And I mean, why would I ever use cruise missiles? The cruise missile is just completely unnecessary. I'll not be able to lock up anything. Only reason would be if I were to put on some sensor boosters, but it feels a bit unnecessary to put sensor boosters. I mean, why would I put this? I want to spend a whole mid slot just to something that should be really given off the bat, which, or at least what other battleships at least get. Straight away without having to do anything. Let's get these guys going down. Okay, good. Take this guy out. And who's taking damage? Can switch to Javelin when we're taking out these guys at close range because they've got some frigates closing in hot. So I think I'd want to take them out soon because they'll get under my guns. Not really under my guns, but when the stuff is orbiting you at 500, they tend to do a little bit less damage. Okay, so we finished it anyway. I guess we will just go back to Hero now. No need to continue with this. There we go. You're warping away with your drones. I like it that they added that notification because I have warped away quite a few times with the missing drones. That's pretty tragic, you know. Drones get abandoned. Drone lives matter, guys. Drone lives matter. Let's see now if we can do this. What I was talking about, if we can do a kind of like as if we were to get ganked, okay? Like just simulate as if we were going to get ganked and try to do a bit of a MWD cloak trick kind of thing. Let's see if we can do that because the cloaking device will make me go a little bit. It's got pretty good speed with the cloaking device, so I hope it'll not take too slow time to go to the other side of the gate. Then again, look at our default speed. Well, never mind. You know, I was saying, oh, speed is good. What does that matter when our default speed is 100 meters a second? Okay, let's see now. Pretend we're getting ganked here. There are people, flashy guys over here. Okay, we can't even overheat this like this. So we'll put this like this. We'll go like this. And we'll overheat like this. Yeah, there we go. Look, we're cloaked. Okay, and we're still going some decent speeds, even with the cloaking device active. See that? Now we're going to be reducing in speed, so we'll be going towards the gate now very slowly. In fact, that is uncomfortably slow. Uncomfortably slow. You see that? Overheated MWD gave us like 500 meters a second. And honestly, I feel almost... We'll probably get killed here because look how slow we're going. It would be so easy for anyone to decloak me right here. I'm pretty big as well. I mean, I'm in a battleship, so I'll probably get decloaked right here and die. To be honest, yeah, this is unfortunate. I was kind of looking forward to having a ship that could do alpha missions that be slightly like covert ops or like that can avoid getting ganked by using a cloaking device. I've also considered doing that for the Abyss. Never actually tried it out. Maybe I should try it out one day, but. I think maybe the Black Ops battleship, this is something that many people have said, but I think maybe Black Ops battleships should be able to use a covert ops cloaking device because those ships, they don't get any penalties to speed when they're cloaked, and they can warp while cloaked as well, so that would be pretty cool. I think some people are saying it will be a bit OP, but I think that there are no battleships that use covert ops cloaks. So I think that would be pretty good. I mean, we're going just so damn slow with this Tech 2 improved cloaking device. So I just think it's a little bit crazy. I mean, we won't be able to avoid like even somewhat competent ganks. So, I mean, we've got a bit of bias remorse going on right now, but no, it's all right. I think it's still a cool ship, even though if I maybe can't cloak to avoid ganks, I've nonetheless got a ship which I think looks pretty cool. And for that reason, I'm glad I got a Widow. So we complete this mission. Hand in and get some nice ISK. Alright, there we go. So Widow doing some L4 missions. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.